Hi everyone, this is Florian Dubiel, and this is a brief walkthrough of my very first game made by myself in Unreal Engine 5. It is based on a tutorial from Unreal Sensei, which I can highly recommend. The main menu has pretty much everything you would expect from a main menu. We can start a game if we're already continuing a game, or we can start a new game, and we also have options here. And to start off, we have a pretty dramatic quote by someone I don't know. So now here we have basically the first level, and if we come up to here we can see that we have also our first puzzle. So the first puzzle is just to introduce the main concept or the main gameplay element, and that is clicking on the cube to open the door. But before we get to this, there is a skeleton with a Walkman right here, and you might be wondering why the skeleton is here.
This might be my last entry. This is what happens when you search for a temple in the middle of one of the largest deserts. But I think this might change. There's rumors that the machines of this temple can change the desert and turn it green. Let's hope I can open this door. And
the game has the option to include voice logs to tell stories, and is also kind of immersive for the player. By picking up the Walkman, the voice log starts. So left click and holding, you are able to pick up different physics objects. Now we walk in here and we introduce a brand new block that is reflective blocks, because essentially the entire temple is a light puzzle. So we need to pick this up. And the goal of each room is to get this light to hit that gold sphere. With the E and Q buttons we can angle these objects. So you might be wondering what this orange curtain right here is. This orange curtain is to prevent us from taking blocks in previous puzzles and to bring them into another puzzle. Also notice that we have cables on the floor, and this cable right here is telling me that if a laser hits this sphere, then this door right there is going to open. So now we're introducing blue walls, and you can think of these blue walls as basically an invisible curtain where a laser will be stopped. Which means that we have to maneuver this laser around that wall. Perhaps you already noticed it when we entered that room with the stone floor, that the footstep has changed. I implemented this footstep system with two different physics material, one for the soil gravel kind of floor and for the stone floor here. In this room we are introducing two new things. So number one, a button, and number two, a sliding reflective door. So stepping on this button, it is activating the sliding door, but if you get off it, there's not enough time for us to go through the door. So we have to pick up a block and place it right here. Okay, now the puzzles are getting a little bit more complicated. We have a lot of crossing cables on the floor, as you can see, but because I made it, I know what I have to do. Okay, great. Now we have a very dark chamber in front of us and we are going to jump in. Now the door is opening slowly and it's revealing the main hero element of the game. And that is actually the temple. And that was also a great representation of Lumen in Unreal, because you saw right beforehand this room was completely pitch black. The game is not using baked lights at all. Now we can hear some strong wind sound effects in the background, and the sky and atmosphere has completely changed. And this is a very large open area now. And now we are going to see the power of Lumen once again. As the door is opening at the top, slowly the puzzle starts to reveal itself. We are going to introduce a new gameplay element, and this is to start the laser. So in order for the laser to start, the player needs to stand on the button or to place an object on it. And also, since this room is so dark, we see some more lumen happening, where our laser is giving us light and it's reflecting around the environment. And now we have a new area. Walk up here and you might not notice right away, but there is a trigger where our sun is slowly going to start setting. This is probably the most simple puzzle, but as you can hear, we have the different sounds for the footstep depending on the type of surface we are walking on. So this room is now a little bit more complicated. We have one laser creator, and the goal is to somehow get the laser to hit this sphere right there. So if we stand on this, we can see that we're able to angle that down. So let's grab that block and place it on the button to angle the wall down. Following the cable on the floor tells me what I have to do next. So I need to grab this right there and direct the laser to the gold sphere in the opposite corner. That's how I activate the laser. And now we have two puzzles left. So I'm just going to go speed through these puzzles right now. Okay, let's walk up here, and this isn't really a puzzle, but more a kind of a cinematic ending. And from here we have a really great vista, and the player can see we are in the middle of a really vast desert. Not a friendly environment at all. And right now the player is wondering, wait, where's the gold sphere? What do I have to do here? Well, eventually they may just pick this up and start playing around with it, and they will see that far off in the distance. So the goal is actually the mountain. By solving all these puzzles, we turn the desert into a lush, beautiful green jungle. And now that we are finished with the game, we can always restart our game by clicking on New Game, or we can quit our game by clicking on Quit Game. Thanks for watching.